seminar started, and then we heard like screaming and crying, and then I got a little bit upset. So I went to Vladimir. Do you know about stick massage? Yeah, it's good for you. And you do you do this well? No, it's not for me, but for you it's good. It's in a deeper layer is you blame the world for your problem. What I found out in Systema that there is no problem in the world. There is a problem if you decide that it's a problem. So this is what I...
Hey Patrick, thanks for having us today in the SomaticHUB in Amsterdam. Why don't you indulge us and tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do here?
Yes, thank you Jiri for this podcast. I'm Patrick Van Het Nederend. I'm owner and founder of the SomaticHUB. SomaticHUB is a place for martial arts, a Russian martial art called Systema. We do also some conditioning work called Systema breathwork. So these are group classes. Then we do holistic sessions. Pravilo, that's a Slavic stretching fitness machine. We do body tempering. That's like a foam roller, but done very heavy. We roll that over the people, like you already felt. And then we do stick body work. It's a lot of to do with your self-discovery and your self-limitations and how we see the world. So we use breathing, relaxation, structure and movement as a basic tool for everything we do here in class.
So how did you get to this? Like at what point of your life did you start to experiment with this and why?
As a kid, I'd done a lot of sport. I was fortunate enough that my parents really pushed us to do a lot of sport. So I did the swimming and the Dutch soccer and also the martial arts. I was very drawn into the physical contact with people in a fighting session. So I started with jiu-jitsu, I believe. Yeah, I started with jiu-jitsu to Muay Thai boxing, kickboxing. And as a child, I was very explosive. So I can get upset pretty quick and feel really cool in that anger. But afterwards it's not that great, right? Because you see what kind of the damage you've done. So that's not cool. And I'm noticing that fighting sports kind of push that more, that button. Because you want to win, right? If you get pushed, you push back. So it wasn't for me that smart to do. Then I run into an Aikido dojo in Hilversum. I was living there at the time. Very old, traditional, static kind of way of training. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And I was really drawn into it. The technical stuff and how you can pin and throw people. But it's more about fighting yourself. That's what I really liked. And I noticed that when something came to me in life, that puts pressure on me, I started to relax first and think first. So there was less going to the monkey brain, like exploding, but you can more check yourself what is happening. So this is what I really liked. So I stayed with Aikido for, I think, 12 to 14 years at a big school here in the city as well, in Amsterdam. And then I run into Systema, and first time my teacher went to Vladimir, and he said like, oh, here's a video, you see what Vladimir is doing. We're gonna go there as a group, he has a seminar in Belgium, and I saw the movie like, I totally don't get it, and it's weird, because I was trained in a very technical way, right? Your feet should be this, your pinky should be there, and this was sloppy, free flow form. But so my teacher and some of my friends went there, came back with amazing drills. So we started doing this in class, and it was like free flow kind of exercise. You get punched a lot in the solar plexus, and you have to relax into the strike and before the strike. So yeah, I really liked it, but I wanted to know the deeper layer of it. Why those drills and why you get punched in the solar plexus? So they could not answer it because they had just 2 or 3 days training with Vladimir. So at that point in time, Vladimir was in Amsterdam, so I went there. And yeah, I stepped in the Systema world. I got the chance to ask Vladimir a lot of questions and, you know, train with him a little bit. And he was so open and honest, what I kind of missed in other martial arts. I didn't know that I missed it, but he really sees you as a human being. I try to understand what your language is, meaning in fighting, in this case, what you can understand, and then he explains it to you in a personal level. So I was trying to stay really close to him with the weekend, so I heard people asking the same question each time. It's a different answer. Kind of the same end goal, but the way he approached the answer was different. So that's what I really liked. And the free form, like I said, can I attack you? He said, sure, how? I really don't care, he said. But most martial artists like, well, attack me like this or attack me like this. Honestly, I never get punched so hard as there. And very funny is that everybody's so caring about you. So they have a little smile in their eyes and said, oh, breathe, come back, breathe, relax, are you okay? And then they hit you even harder. But it's like a loneliness kind of strike. In fighting arts, sometimes fighting sports, you go already in a fighting mode, so everything is rushing in the body, so you don't feel the pain that much. And in Systema, you relax more, and then when pain comes to you, it's a different kind of pain, so you feel the struggle alone. And this is what I needed, like to fight yourself first, and then be able to fight the world.
Tell me a little bit more about fight myself first and then fight the world.
Sure. Yeah, like I said, like I was a kid, I got very upset pretty quick. And in a sense, in a deeper layer, is you blame the world for your problems, right? And this is what I found out in Systema, that there is no problem in the world. There is a problem if you decide that it's a problem. So this is what I mean with fight yourself. And in my personal relationship, I had a girlfriend. She was mentally ill. So that was quite a hard time for me to figure out how I should deal with this. So this was a nice present in a sense to get in life. So you get pushed a little bit. So you learn, you have to do it on your own in a positive way. And this is what I found out in Systema training, that you go into a very long static push-up, like 8 minutes you have to stand. You go to all kinds of layers, like first a little bit pride, and then pain comes, then doubts come. So the fight is in yourself, like do I want to stop, how late, how much time, you're looking for support. But it's better to not have support, to just be open and just experience everything as is. And just scan yourself if it's gaining or taking from you.
So my personal experience when I came to your class was me coming from ice hockey and not doing too much martial arts. I do boxing, but I still sort of carry that mindset from ice hockey, which is if there's an attack coming, you basically get super tense and you go against. Yeah. My biggest, I think, learning from the session was indeed the whole process that your body and your mind goes through when you're saying don't focus on the pain, don't focus when you're stuck, but rather just let it all sink, see where the structure of the opponent is, really suppress your ego, suppress your need to sort of fight back, and then see how you can sort of fluidly remove yourself from that. And I think that's amazing, because that requires all of the essential things. Awareness of what's happening around you, but also inside you. Then accepting certain things, being with it, not trying to fight it, and then find the best way out, basically. So I think for me that's a beautiful thing, not just to apply in the other sports, but mainly in the every sort of day life and the daily management. If you could share, a little bit more about the principle of, focus on where you are not stuck.
Yeah, going back, what you say, like this is more for life. For me as well, I think. I had some job. I used to, have a lot of fights, and then you understand, like the fight is just a fight, but how you come into the fight, that's very important. Like, is it your job? Do you need to, save your girlfriend or somebody on the street that needs saving? Or is it just your ego, right? It's an ego fight. So it's very important how you come into a conflict and also how to recover from it. Like, does it stick with you, right? Perhaps you're being touched a little bit in your ego. You hit somebody, but the guy was just standing there. Take away all your power. Or perhaps you overdone it and then you had legal issues or whatever. So those 3 areas very important.
What would you recommend to someone who indeed has the feeling that the power is essentially leaving him when he's facing the confrontation?
This is what we do in Systema. We try to understand fear, right? This is a little bit fear or doubts. Like you think you are very bright until you get poked in the right spot and then all your energy is gone. So you learn how to deal with this, but also how to recover from this. This is very important. So we use this a lot in training. So like explained with the physical work, like a very long, annoying, no time-based reference point kind of setting, because it will take from you. At one point it goes into the brain. We call it attention goes to the brain. This is the moment that we give up in a rational way. So we get so much stress or like lack of power that we gonna quit. And we get tools to recover from this. So even when you notice it, right, that the power leaves you, or sometimes fear goes into the legs, right? So you just have the sense that you're almost fading, but then from the lower part, so you can't move. In a sense, that's a freeze response. And then you learn how to recover from this with specialized breathing techniques and giving tension, relaxation, giving direction. So going back to don't look where you're stuck, look where you're free. You should understand yourself, know thyself. We use this a lot, right? We have it in the staircase, on the wall, know thyself. It's not like, oh, I know who I am. No, it changes, depends how you get up. Perhaps you have a major hangover. You're not your best self anymore. You're still yourself, but not your best self, right? Or perhaps you're coming home after a long day of work and it's raining, it's very dark. Right? It's not the same as you are in the gym. So you should understand yourself. So always check yourself, get a baseline as much as you can during the day. And then understand when you're leaving that baseline. And then the moment you go away from the baseline, you recover already. Most of us recover when the job is done. Yeah. Right? After a game or something like, then the massage has to come and tape has to come. But also during the task at hand, you should learn to recover and change perhaps something that's not right for you.
Like how do people apply what they learn in Systema outside?
The best ones are always the Amsterdam situations that you ride on your bike and you got hit by a car or hit by a motorcycle and then they fall. So the people always say like, oh my God, after a couple of classes, now I know the importance of falling. Because I get hit by a car, flew over it, I don't have anything except some scratches. Right? So this is, I think, the most important one, that people stay more relaxed and learn how to be free-flowing, if I may say so, softer in a sense. So don't fight against it, but roll with it.
Because I can imagine it also helps a lot with the resilience, also at the everyday situations at work.
We had a teacher over, Jarek. He did some stick massage from Poland, and he said something really nice. He said like, it's not that you practice here and apply it there. You should practice outside and apply it here. I really like it. So this is like a metaphor kind of training. So when we're fighting somebody in a perhaps physical combative form, it's like you are having on your office a talk with your boss or with your manager, or right. That is also perhaps it feels like a fight. So you use the same principles. Don't look where you're stuck. So don't fixate on the problem too much. Try to sense the other person. So try to understand where their tension is in a physical form. So try to relax that. So you got a lot of ideas that you can relax people, right? But having like the mirror kind of shape and then see if you can relax people, put people more in a comfortable position. So you should be aware of this. And also how your words reach the other person. Because sometimes your words can make people very upset. And this is how you can kind of not always get what you want, but at least go somewhere that there isn't a conflict. And that's harder in the office than here on the mat.
So you were also showing us one of this beautiful technique from the bouncer life, when you're basically disarming a person who's charging towards you in a super nice and friendly, kind yet very powerful manner. So where does that come from?
Yeah, I was a bouncer for a little while, and I did some court security work. And you have to understand that you work with humans, right? So you cannot see what you see in the old days. The bouncers just hit somebody and throw them away. No, they are human beings, and they have also a shitty time, right? I don't believe that there are literally like bad people. There are bad people that's being created. So you should understand that there is no need for you to judge and make it worse, or put your own idea on those people. So you just need to have the job done, and the best way to do it. And the best way to do it is that it doesn't stick on you. So if you hurt somebody, most likely they're gonna remember you, and they want to have revenge. But if you do something from an honest heart, and sometimes it is rough, right? Sometimes you have to smack a person. But if they know that you've done it from a correct state, they are most likely being okay with this. So this is where the control in play comes, without too much ego. And that's the soft approach, but it is hard, right? So this is how you can control people, but you do it without the ego, about not being angry or not being too much above somebody, or also from scaredness, right? From fear. You can also damage people from fear, because you don't control your reaction, you don't control your tension.
What kind of people would come here, and why do they join?
Yeah, I still want to figure this out. It goes all over the place. Like all walks of society come here. They want to change. They are not really happy who they are. It can be that they are scared, right? That most people come for martial arts here are like either being robbed, or they walk with their family and somebody has a big mouth or done something that's upset them, and they feel that they are weak. So those people come here. Most people come, for the Pravilo sessions, and also join the class. It's more health-based. So they have done sports for a long time, but the body is broken. So they still want to be better, but they want to move better. People with high stress performance jobs. It can be, physical work, but also, in the brain. So people that have a high performance office job, so they want to relax more.
So I think that goes a little bit back to the know thyself, and I'm going to use that as a bridge to the bodywork. Yeah. Because guys who are coming to our retreats, to our groups and coaching, they would usually neglect or even abuse their bodies in a way because of the addictions, because of the way they behave. And body itself, it's not just only an amazing piece of technology, but it's also really a gateway to self-awareness and to inner management. So it helps you to go. The first thing that we do when guys are coming to the retreat is always basically connect them with their bodies, to make sure that they have the awareness of what's happening there, that they have awareness of what each of the body is actually saying, how to read it, how to take care of it. And it's an amazing process. And part of it is, of course, the body work that I have had the pleasure of experiencing here as well, and your level of creativity, which was amazing. And I really felt like my energy was basically just rushing up and down. I felt so good, so grounded, and just, so much in my center. So it was really good. So thank you for that again. You're welcome. What we do is, because in our retreats we do the armoring. So that's more or less, again, using pressure points to release the stuck emotions. Yeah. So we don't use any tools, but it's basically just fingers and specific pressure points on your body. But I think it would be really good to cover this topic in a little bit more detail, because our bodies basically work really like a hard disk for stress, essentially, right? And while in the wild, the animals have an easy way how to deal with it, because if an antelope gets attacked, it basically just shakes it off. Yeah. And we do have the same capacity. We would be able to scream it off, or we would shake it off, or whatever, but that's not really what is considered normal. So we tend to suppress it since we're very small kids. And then basically the tension keeps up, building up, and then you ended up with a beaver dam across your body with emotions stuck. Yeah. And then people come to you, as you were saying. They might have a lot of high stress, they might have suddenly like aching, whatever, but all of this is mainly manifestation of something that's basically crystallized over the time. So let's hear what you are offering and why.
No, I really like the way you expressed it. Like the animals know how to deal with the trauma and the stress. I think also when we were, a couple of years back, but somehow it's not normal anymore to shout or to shake and that sort of stuff. I think it's the brain. Science is very strong. Everybody is leaning on science. That's good, but a little bit too much. So I'm noticing a lot when people come here, they think too much. So even in the treatment, you see the body wants to release, but then the brain takes over. What are you doing? And I feel this and I feel that, and then it stops again. So it's very good to let the body learn again. This is also what we do in groups classes as well. We try to shut out the brain. That's why we sometimes, use pain, fear a lot, and then the brain shuts down. And in the body work as well, so I think we also work with pressure points. I said I think because we don't have a specific form to do it. We use tools. We have some idea how we can do a massage, but it's more like you already feel somebody when they come in. So we all carry ourselves in a certain way. So sometimes you can see literally not on detail what is happening to the person, but you see, oh, this person has a lot of weight on the shoulders because they already come in, like they have literally weight on their shoulders. Right, then we try to relax people by having a talk, a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, or whatever. Then you start to slowly ask some questions, why they're here, and then they already show you sometimes what they want. So let's say like, oh yeah, I have a shoulder, oh sorry, the mic, shoulder pain. So they show you shoulder pain, but they're not sure where it is. Or they're like, yeah, here, my shoulder. Sometimes you already see a little bit the anger in the face. So you know already it's deep, and they want to have deep work because in their subconscious mind they already explain what they are doing. Then you know it, but then you forget about it. And then you start to do some tests. It can be a movement test, can be a pressure test, and then you see sometimes the structure or the weak elements of the structure. Again, understand it, but forget about it. And then you slowly start to work, and then you see it again, and then you just try to connect literally the lines of the body. And sometimes it's pressure points, sometimes very soft, it depends on the person.
Do you yourself have your own personal experience where this helped you dramatically to release something or overcome something?
First time I did the stick body work was at a seminar with Michael Ryabko and Vladimir Vasilyev many years ago. I just started a little bit. So it was stick massage, and I signed up, and I was one of the first, not the first, but one of the first on the first day. Seminar started, and then we heard like screaming and crying, and then I got a little bit upset. So I went to Vladimir. Do you know about stick massage? Yeah, it's good for you. And you do you do it as well? No, it's not for me, but for you it's good, he said. So I went there, and it was an amazing session, but I never experienced so much pain. But you felt, for me, it felt my body becomes alive. You know, I trained as a young kid a lot, right? I loved to have physical work, so I had a lot of problems also in my body. But I didn't want to go to a physiotherapist or a doctor because I knew then I have to take a break, and I don't want to take a break. So I spent nights like, figure out like, oh, I have some pain behind my shoulder, to relax, to go with your breath there, long before I done this. So I already knew like if there is a body-mind connection and you synchronize everything, the body starts to heal itself. And this is what I felt in the stick massage work. Like your every system of the body is exploding. It's like, set on fire, and you literally feel the areas that doesn't function that well. But you see the person is just try to, reorganize the body again, the muscular system, the blood flow, the energy level, nervous system, and then at one point the body just relaxes, and then the pain is gone. So they poke you with the sticks. In the beginning it's pain, and then later you feel like Superman. Then you check out, and then they can poke you all you want, but it feels like a healthy body, a body without fear, a body without tension. Yeah. And then all your long-term injuries are gone. So I've always on my right side problems, my toe, my knee being worked on, my hip, shoulder, elbow, it's always one side. And in the beginning I thought it's the way I train, so some muscles are weak. But now I realize it's of course a connective movement change, so you have to be aware how you move, but more it is the stress inside the body. So for me, when I just moved, started to work full-time for the school, so I thought I was okay, but then the hip problem came again, and then they're like, oh, this is just stress related. So all those kinds of body work, and be really mindful about every structure of the body or level of the body, it can take from you. So you have to do body work to relax, but you have to learn to carry yourself in a different way to get rid of your problems. I always try to do it with the clients as well. They come for a problem. I can fix the problem or make it lighter, but that's not the problem. It's just something that your body says like, there is a problem. But it can be a mental problem. It can be like stress of work, so I always say to people like, you have to take care of yourself. And sometimes moving, but also the way they see the world.
This is the number one thing. When something is happening in your body, that basically is only a manifestation of a deeper trigger that happened before. And the bodywork is a great tool to access subconscious.
The beautiful things I experience here is that people limit themselves to heal by others, by the professionals. We need doctors and that sort of stuff, but most people prevent themselves to heal. And they don't have the relaxedness to check themselves out. So recently this year we got a lot of people breaking stuff, and they come here and they have like a real schedule from the doctor, in 6 months this, 9 months that, and within a year my movement will be back 70%. So it's very science-based. And it's really nice that you can change people's mind on this. Like perhaps 6 months can be 2 months, or perhaps 8 months. Perhaps it's not 70%, perhaps 60, perhaps it's 90, perhaps it's 110, perhaps you move better. So I try to, again, take away the support of people and try to make a move and really put trust in their broken body again, because we are not made out of sugar. But sometimes we can plant a seed like, oh, I have to take care. I can never do a squat again because the doctor says so. If you believe it, you're never going to do a squat anymore. But if you want to believe that you can do a better squat than before, you can do it. And this is what I really see a lot here, that people start to move different. And this, you approach it like a little child almost, like, you're worried about your leg, just start to dig a little bit with your feet and, move a little bit, be playful, and before you know it, they're stabbing on the floor with their broken leg. But this is what I like and see a lot here. Like people get more control of their own body and mind. Of course, you have to respect the doctors and the surgeries, but sometimes it's way too much, right? We lean on them and they don't know what you do in life. They don't know what we do here. A lot of people come for the stretching machine, Pravilo, so they find by themselves the school, they make an appointment, and then a day before they say like, I cannot come because my house doctor said I'm not allowed and it will damage my broken shoulder. I said, okay, when did you break your shoulder? Yeah, when I was a child. like, come on. Then I said, well, I understand your doctor. He don't know what the stretching machine is, the Pravilo. He doesn't know SomaticHUB, but they limit themselves to, in a sense, heal. I mean, I think there is a purpose. If you find our school by yourself, there is a reason for it.
Why do you think it's important for men these days to go through this? To be able to absorb certain amount of pain?
You should put yourself in a discomfort situation to find out if you are really okay. And I think that's important because if you are understanding yourself in a deeper level, you can be your best self. Then you can start by understanding your own flaws, understand other people as well. Like I said, we're not always the best self, so sometimes somebody can be a dick. It's not that the person is a dick, perhaps he just had a shitty day, right? So you learn to understand people, so you're going to be better for yourself and therefore better for your surroundings. Yeah. And you're going to be more like a beacon, like, hey, I like to spend time with Jiri because, the guy's nice and relaxed always. And he understands if I'm upset a little bit. He doesn't judge.
I have studied different kinds of initiation rites around the world, and the best of it we basically are absorbing into the retreats that we are doing, depending on what the purpose of the retreat is. But most of the cultures for the young men require to go through a certain amount of pain, because then indeed the reality of things, the ability to stand in your core center of gravity and then be able to have a taste of what is real, basically really brings you out to the world, and then you can behave. You know yourself, but you can also behave in a different way. And I think that's beauty of what you do here as well, is simply allowing that what we are missing these days. If you would run to your teenage version of yourself, what is the one thing you would teach him?
To do Systema at a much younger age. I think it was better for me, yeah. But I also believe that I needed the life I did to come where I am now. I think that's also important.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you very much. I think we made it just in time for you to have a little coffee.